Hey, what's up, faithful viewer? Welcome back to another Timeless General Scorpio Tarot reading. Be completely honest, I thought I was going to say something else there, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. So I wound up screwing that intro up. What the heck? I was going to say, hey there, faithful viewer, thank you for being here. I do appreciate any likes, comments, shares, subscribes that you can afford for this channel to help me out with all this. There have been some tricky reads recently due to some of the energy meshing well, some of it having a little bit more trouble. I've been using multiple decks, so I might be growing into that a little bit. And here we go, we've got tribulation in the midst. Sometimes things have to come to an end for them to grow better. It is often better on the other side because something that we weren't listening to properly is now no longer in the way of something even better. This kind of energy is signifying that you are in a little bit of resistance, though, to that change occurring. Kind of an interesting check there. Alrighty, I'm going to go to the clarification because we're looking at the Hanged Man. So, resisting the tower is one thing, but usually if you had this Hanged Man energy, you wouldn't be resisting the tower. So definitely a sign of evolution. What have we got here? The Two of Pentacles. So maybe you are plenty aware of what needs to happen, and you're plenty capable of learning about it, but you're still resisting it for some reason. So there is an imbalance of listening to what you've learned. It is creating some insecurity here. So less resistance, unfortunately. Less resistance for this tower moment is the only thing here that can be recommended. Not bottling this up allow you to, or don't bottle this up so much that you don't express yourself properly either. That's part of it. So a very strange energy though on the with core energy on the tower reverse. So now we've also got Ace of Swords. Interesting. So yep, stabilization of form. It is designed to stabilize your mentalism, conquer your fears, so to speak. Make sure that you are seeing why the tower needs to fall, as opposed to finding the reasons why it shouldn't. Is part of stabilizing this mentalism. That also probably stabilizes insecurity in the long run with the Page of Swords, which I'm double clarifying here. Queen of Swords. So cards are still a little tough here and there. Definitely get cold-hearted to a certain extent. Ooh, look who's on the bottom of the deck too. Interesting. So this Queen of Swords energy, that's... No, Scorpio is a water sign. So we're looking at, once again, another call to heart, head over heart, so to speak. Definitely do not start getting stuck in the Hanged Man energy. Do not fall into being stuck thinking about what is keeping you stuck where you are. Definitely looking forward is good. So then you need to apply that then to considering your forward progress. Very strange here how this Emperor is coming out. It is an Emperor in inaction, so it's Definitely speaking of this Hanged Man energy, the surrounding of this Hanged Man energy is definitely very blocked, despite the Hanged Man energy. So, a lot is being stalled due to having to retrospect in this fashion. Queen of Swords on the bottom again. And it is affecting a lot of things. The Emperor is unable to find the forward progress they need. That energy is stalled. The Nine of Wands is stalled from its progress. And the Tower is stalled from its progress, despite this Hanged Man energy. So very strange how this imbalance is occurring like this. And it even looks like there may be energy that is wary of this in the first place. It would take a Queen of Swords to explain why this tower needs to come down. Whereas other queens may not have the heart for it. But so that's the kind of type of energy that would be required to get over this tower. So let me see here. 6 minutes on this reading. And it's kind of interesting so far. Let me see if I can expand the Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so the moon flipped out but went back in. Cards are a little stuck here. Let's see, is there anything else I can get for the Page of Swords, please? Magician in reverse. Yeah, it might feel... I don't know what this tower is. The resistance here is very obvious to the tower occurring. But part of the reason why there's so much power behind the tower falling is because the universe is setting it up to a certain extent. What was the second one came out there? And when the second one comes out, or when the universe puts its weight behind making the tower fall, it might take long, but take it some time, but usually is going to fall down. So if you don't understand that it is a tower moment and you're in very, very high resistance to stopping this change from occurring, there is some tendency to resort to more degraded methods of keeping the tower up. And that is another sign of why this energy is also insecure. Because it's not on board with the higher power necessarily. If it was on board with the higher power, it would understand that this tower is on the way down. But because they're in this resistance, it's bleeding into all of the aspects around their existence. In terms of definitely achievability and in terms of growth and progress, it is very stalling. Whatever this tower is, not letting this tower come down is extremely stalling on a different kind of well-being that the tower would provide. I'm not sure what that is exactly. That's two trying to come out. Might not be a bad time to try something different. Because in your absence, other individuals are going to be taking their opportunities while you are stalled. Other people are going to be growing beyond you. And you never know when they could take your place. King of Pentacles, interesting. A very dense energy, but a very momentous energy. In the upright, it's very concerned with material matters, material stability more specifically though. So that's going to be an interesting one to clarify. Page of Cups even comes out here for the Magician. That's like a dreamy energy, so that's part of how good intention, like, you might have good intentions, but those can't, you shouldn't let those fuel, and don't let those fuel negative methods to attain them. Don't. Make sure that you do not aspire too low in your methods to attain these dreams that you may be possessing, because in a lot of this insecure energy, this Page of Cups is still sort of susceptible to being misled by their emotions. And this, with all the surrounding energy, the company is risky business for the Page of Cups to be easily drawn astray, even though they may be well-intentioned. So definitely watch that. And it's also just next to this stalled chariot energy in the first or in the second place. So it's like that could represent more energy for apathy and wanting to do something, being easily goaded by boredom to a certain extent if their energy's down. Okay, so I'm going to, here we go, Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, very, it's somebody who's at an opportunity, because of your stalled, of this, I'll say this stalled energy, but I'm implying it's your stalled energy of this tower that you're not letting fall. All this energy that it's requiring to keep it in that place is causing rivals to have opportunity to rise up to a certain extent. And with all this stalled energy, they're going to be kind of filling the void left behind. You're lucky that you have this King of Pentacles in the upright. I'm going to grab a few more cards on that because it's kind of an interesting well, the thing is the King of Pentacles could fund illicit operations. You know, nothing too severe, but they have the material abundance to sort of empower a Dark Magician if the Dark Magician is wily enough to evade their, you know, like, their true intentions. So that's kind of a strange clarifier for that. Death card, oh, there's your energy showing up on the bottom of the deck. Trying to get one more drop here on this King of Pentacles before I for this one to come out, so 4 of Pentacles. Material grounding. A very good sign, passing a lot of this energy on. An evolution maybe this evolution would occur if you could get over the tower energy. Stabilizing your man, it's tricky. This is definitely a very interesting and tricky reading. I can see the stalled energy putting obstacles in your path, and it's because of your own resistance. But I'm not really seeing many cards of fate here. I didn't get the Wheel of Fortune or anything for why you are, or whether or not fate's on your side on this tower. It looks like you know better well enough that the tower needs to come down, but there's some peripheral interference for some reason. But the peripheral interference is stalling you out, your energy out very, very hard. Even though the potential is here to stabilize this energy, the tower has to come down first. And it looks like you might even have, some of this energy is allied, some of it is not, but a lot of it is implying that some other people could, in fact, get you through this tower, as opposed to you resisting these individuals. So really quickly, I want to see if I can get anything interesting for the Magician, King of Pentacles here. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune. So I was just talking about that coming out, but Wheel of Fortune wasn't where I was expecting it here necessarily. This would... That one's kind of interesting, I'm not sure. The King of Pentacles, once again, needs to have fate on their back and be taking their opportunities properly that they're a match for to gain their material stability. But it's disappointing that it's from this dark magician energy. Let me see. Page of Swords versus the Magician. Ace of Swords. It's another call to stabilize the energy, but unfortunately, because the tower is not coming down, this energy isn't stabilizing. So this insecurity, this failure of manifestation, this failure of self-expression, perhaps, is part of what the tower's resistance is all about. So maybe the Magician reverse isn't so dark as it is just in a sign of failure of manifestation. And that failure of manifestation is partly due to the fact that the tower is being resisted. But for some reason, resisting that tower is creating an inability to express yourself. And if you were to express yourself properly, then these manifestational capacities would come back to a much higher degree. I don't know what you'd have to lose, though, if you'd lost the tower. I don't know what tower you're standing on. But it almost looks like it's faulty anyway. So definitely very interesting energy. It's pretty straightforward, though. It's going to require some stabilization of your mentalism. For some reason, your fear is involved in why this tower is not coming down. And you can even see that to some extent, even though you're not acting on it properly. But taking the time to observe this tower is wasting other precious time of yours. And that is delaying your ability to find these other allies that you could have. King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Page of Cups. You've got to get back to action, though, and get back to stabilization of your mentalism and your self-expression, proper self-expression. That way you can stabilize all of this energy. So, I think that's all I'm going to do for this reading. Thank you very much for being here, Scorpio. I hope this helped. It's interesting, to say the least. A very interesting tower reading. I hope you can see this where this resistance isn't serving you, and I hope that you can make the difference from this. So thank you very much. Take care.